with the kin, blowing pit. Or in the sticks with my hand gripped on the ass of a bad bitch. Bars, I own them, call me the warden. Bars, rockin' silent on top of 40-40s. I'm more like Voorhees mixed with 50 Biggie and Chris Reeves. My 16s make history. Right. The rest of y'all in last place. Respect mine, the punchlines will cash straight. Niggas fraud and use a rap as a cash chase. The roadblock, you pay tow for a fish your face. It's beef? Great, I was hungry for steak. Might push your wig back like a front lace. Might kick your teeth in till you choke. Even my C+ lines are road niggas woke. You rap kids is hideous. I don't rap circles or rap perimeters. We in the big leagues, you can't sit with us. Even if you was 50 deep and there was 10 of us. Headshot, hole in the headboard, pillow with red spot. Body is misplaced, closet is empty and cremated in your booth. Your man's got headshot, hole in the headboard, pillow with red spot. Rooftop like I'm bringing 88 back. 98 ski goggles for the wave cap. Informatic up in.
What is up, everybody? What is up? I am a tad bit late. I apologize for that. I am late. Today's episode, I don't know where Scorpio is. I tried to get in touch with him, but I could not. Today's episode was supposed to be, and we'll probably push it off to, Hold on, I'm just trying to share this out. We'll probably push this episode off to what I was going to talk about today. We're going to push off to next week. Which is totally fine. But what I really want to talk about today, and because I do kind of want to have Scorpio with me when I talk about if addiction is a sickness and a disease, or if it's a choice. I want to make sure that Scorpio's with me. Maybe we'll even talk about it tomorrow. I was gonna do Smoking with Preacher, but maybe we'll push that off, and maybe we'll just use that as the topic for Smoking with Preacher. But today I want to kind of switch it up because I've been an ass. Plain and simple, I've been an ass. I've been in a mood the last couple of weeks or so, because I've been feeling myself. I've been hurting, and in my hurting, I have hurt those that are close to them. And so with having this platform, with having this podcast, why not use it in order to speak on specific things? Like, that's why we have it, right? That's why I have it in like to begin with. And so I want to use it to talk about certain things that need to be talked about when they need to be talked about. And if I don't, then what's the point of even having the platform to begin with? And so today, instead of talking about addiction, is it a sickness and the disease, or is it a choice? Like I said, we'll push that off to tomorrow when Scorpio can be here as well. But today I want to talk about the people that we break. I want to talk about hurting those that we love and the truth about selfishness. Because I have been selfish. Like, Just because you're hurting doesn't mean that you need to hurt other people. Like, and so this is the Savage Collective podcast, and we don't hide, we don't fake it, we don't run from the truth, and this is a place where broken people can come to rebuild, and where we call out the stuff that has been destroying that's been destroying us from the inside out. And so that's why tonight we are going to talk about hurting the people we love and the selfishness that sits underneath it. I'm Preacher, your host. Um, so that's what we're talking about tonight. Not accidents, not misunderstandings, but patterns, choices, habits, and a pattern that I have, and I recognize it more and more, is I am a selfish individual. Just plain and simple. Um, when I hurt, I think about only myself. I don't think about those around me and how they feel. Um, and that's wrong. And I acknowledge that. I recognize that. And we saw it. Like Scorpio and Kaylee talked about it on Wednesday, that in my feeling hurt, in my being in my feelings, I didn't think about reaching out to other people and let them know, like, hey, this is what's going on. And I just let people wonder what the fuck is going on. And that's wrong. And they were trying to call me out on it, and I just kept pushing away. Um, and then someone who I consider to be my best friend, in me hurting, like has multiple times tried to be there for me and think about how I'm feeling and be concerned with how I'm feeling and try to do exactly what she's needed to and be a best friend. And all I've done is think about myself and how I was feeling. Like, like we there have been multiple people that have been in my life, like, and it's just looking back on things, like, you don't just lose people, but you push them away. And and then I sit there and cry and say, well, why do people walk out of my life? They don't just walk out of your life, bro. You push them out of your life. There is a huge difference between people walking out of your life and people being pushed out of your life. And that's what I've been doing. I've been I've been pushing people out of my life while at the same time crying and saying, why do people walk away? Because you caused them to walk away. Like, the fuck? Um, and the truth that not many people like want to say out loud, the truth that not many people say is you can love someone and still destroy them. Like I've done it while I was in my addiction. We've all done it while we're in addiction. We love someone, but at the same time we're destroying them. Like, and then you can mean well and still leave damage behind you. You can still leave a wake of destruction behind you. Like, intentions don't erase impact. They say all the time the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Like, You can have all the best intentions in the world. You can have all the best will for people, but still destroy them in the process. Still be a terrible fucking human being in the process. Still be selfish and neglect the people that are close to you in the process. Like looking back on even my ex-wife and stuff, like I neglected her needs and I neglected my family because I was feeling a certain way. And so I poured into certain things. I did certain things to cover over how I was feeling while at the same time neglecting those in my life. Neglecting the things that they needed so that I could focus on what I need. Which is a terrible fucking thing. Like, have you ever looked back on the shit that you've been through? Have you ever looked back on your life and you realize I'm the fucking problem? I'm the fucking problem. And I guess you can say like this still kind of goes along the lines of is disease a sickness and is addiction a sickness and disease or is it a choice? Because it's while addiction is a sickness and it's a disease, at the end of the day, we have a choice of what we do with it, and the solution that we have used to cover over our pain, over our brokenness, slowly begins to become the problem. Making it where we become the problem. Like I have while I was only in addiction for a short amount of time, I have been in addiction my entire fucking life. If you really want to fucking be truthful about it, because the behaviors I've had have been addict behaviors, have been addictive behaviors. And I have used multiple things to cover over the pain and the brokenness that I feel, while at the same time becoming the problem. And it's hard to look in the mirror and admit. Like it's the difference between I didn't mean to hurt you and I hurt you and I need to own that. Like we can't sit back and continue hurting people being like, oh yo, it's only a sickness. No, that doesn't make it right. Like you can be sick, you can have a cold, but just because you have a cold, just because your stomach hurt, doesn't give you the permission. There's a word. Doesn't give you the permission to go and treat the people that you love like shit. Sickness doesn't excuse anything. Like just because you're sick doesn't mean you can be an asshole. Like and there are times where we try to rewrite these stories in our head in order to avoid and pass by guilt so that we don't feel like shit with how we are treating other people. We shift blame like it, in order to try to make ourselves feel good. I don't even know. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. Hold on a second. Um, like selfishness comes in many different ways, and I've been selfish. Like, and it comes in being it comes in avoiding certain things. It comes in being silent. It comes in half effort. It comes in only showing up when it benefits you. Like, there are many different ways to show up selfish. Like, and that just sounds, it contradicts itself because you don't show up when you're being selfish. And I've been selfish. Like, and so there's many, and again, this goes back to the whole sickness and disease versus a choice. Like, um, we use the addiction as a way to mask over trauma, and it's that fight, flight, or freeze. Like, and so we find this addiction, and we have this trauma, whatever it is that we're dealing with, and we try to mask over, and we try to cope with whatever we're dealing with its addiction, and so, you know, on one hand, yes, it's a sickness and it's a disease and it's something that we use. It's a solution that we use in order to mask over certain things, but then slowly that solution becomes the problem, and the sickness and the disease now becomes a choice that we're making, a conscious choice that we're making to continue being in that addiction mindset where we're trying to grab instant gratification over long-term connection, where all we can do is think about ourselves and what we're going through rather than what everybody else is going through. Fuck what everybody else is going through. I'm only going to care what I'm going through because I'm important. I'm not saying that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm saying that's what we feel when we're doing it. Like, even if we don't consciously say it, that's what our actions are showing. How many times when I was in my addiction did I give a shit about if my parents were up at night crying, worrying if I was alive or not? How many times in my addiction did I give two shits if my kids were wanting to see me and wondering where the fuck I was because I wasn't there? How many times in my addiction did I give two shits that I told them, yo, I'm going to get you a Christmas gift, and then I never got them a Christmas gift, and I did the same shit that I would talk about people and be like, yo, look at that person not being a good parent, while I was sitting there not being a good parent. Like, and I don't know what it is, whether it's fear of abandonment, whether it's fear of rejection, like whatever it is, but how many times do we push people away first so that we don't get hurt, but then we end up hurting the people that are trying to be there and not abandon us and not reject us, and then we sit there and we hurt them because we don't want to get hurt first? It makes no sense at all. Like, we put up these walls and we put up these guards so because of what other people have done to us. And so we put up these walls and we begin to push away the people that are trying not to do that. And then they walk away because they're like, yo, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. And then we're like, yo, see? You walked away just like everybody else. No, that's not what it is. Maybe there comes a time where you have to start looking in the mirror and saying, maybe people walk away not because they walked away, but because I caused them to walk away. Like, there comes a time when we have to look and say, am I the fucking problem? And so the question is, like, do you sabotage relationships when they get real? Do you shut down when things get uncomfortable? Do you take more than what you give? Like, that is a valid question when you're looking at relationships with other people, when you're looking at certain situations and circumstances and things like that, like, do you neglect those that are close to you? Because all you can do is think of yourself. And it's not that you don't think of them, but you think less of them because you think more of yourself. Like, it's a handoff. Like, um, I used to say it all the time. Like, when you focus on one, you're automatically, even without trying, you're automatically gonna neglect the other. That's why, and people might be like, oh, that's why I hate the Black Lives Matter movement, because while you say like Black Lives Matter, yes, you're not yes, we know all the other lives matter, but you're focusing on one. And when you focus on one, you automatically, without question, neglect the others. That's why all lives matter is so important, because that encompasses all of them. That's a whole different topic. But how can you focus on other people if all you are doing is focusing on yourself? Automatically you're going to start neglecting other people. And I think the truth is, and this is hard for me to say, the truth is some of us don't know how to love. Some of us don't know how to love because we were never shown what healthy love looks like. And even if we were, we didn't grasp it, and we didn't take care of it. And like, but and that's the thing though, just because you weren't shown what healthy love looks like, that does not excuse not learning. Because there comes a certain point when you have to take responsibility for yourself, and if you don't know, you have to learn. If you grow up not knowing how to do something, you learn how to do it. And so if you don't know, and you weren't shown what healthy love looks like, as you become an adult and you start to recognize those patterns, you need to start learning then how to do it. And there comes a time when you have to stop making it about yourself, and you have to start making it about the people that are around you. And you can tell the people that need to do that, because the people that need to do it are always the ones who default back to themselves, which is what I have done. While other people are focused on me, I make it about myself. Those people who, well, what we do need to focus on are those people who have stayed when we're unstable, the people who believe in us when we can't believe in ourselves, the people who keep showing up day after day after day after day because they love us, until they can't anymore. Those are the ones that we need to focus on at the end of the day. Like, you can talk to someone, you can be there for them, but you can still emotionally neglect someone, which causes broken trust. And when you're inconsistent and you don't show up for somebody, when they constantly show up for you, they are going to walk away. Like, it's human nature. If you keep pouring into somebody and they don't pour into you, you're going to walk away, because it's a one-sided thing. Like, And the words that we say cut deeper than anything we can realize. Like in broken promises, that's why we should never promise people. Broken promises, even though we had no intentions of hurting anybody, we can still hurt them when we don't follow through with the things that we said we would follow through with. So the question is like as you watch this and you come back to this and you think about it and like I think about it like who did you hurt that you never made it right with? Who did you hurt that you had no intentions of hurting? Like and I think the reality check that we need to think about like and like I think about this with my kids like you don't get to decide how long someone heals from the things that you've done to them. Like you don't get to hurt somebody and then decide how long it is that they should take to heal from what you did. That's like punching someone in the mouth and then being like, "Yo, why are you still bleeding?" No, wounds take time to heal. And if you did something to hurt somebody, you had no right to sit there and say that anything about them healing. It's their healing. And I think this and how we handle it and the things that we do, because just like I said, you can begin to learn how to love people healthily. Healthily. That's not a word. You can begin to learn how to love people in a healthy manner. Um, and I think this is where leaders are separated from victims. Because I have done and I do a lot of playing the victim very well. I do a very good job of it. And um, I'm just trying to share this out so that people can see it. You know, so, so you just, what isn't this shit? No, Yeah, good. Hold on. But we, we're about to. I'm gonna stop this and restart this because obviously it's not working. I'll be right back.